up? It is Bones, and today let's have another little topic conversation video. Now, I wanted to talk about something that you don't really hear too much about, but I would like to get some feedback and get everybody's thoughts out there on what we really think about the cards that we receive with each McFarlane DC Multiverse figure. Now, I know there's lots of different opinions out there because some people say you have one side that says it's trash, it's a waste of cardboard, I'd rather have other accessories or some extra hands. And then you have the other side that collects them and actually actively pursues different cards, and they have their binders and they're having a really fun time collecting all of the cards. Now, if you think this is not true, it actually is really true. I do have my boy Votten, who has his binder with all his cards. He's actually shown me a lot of cool things about the different cards and the weird choices that McFarlane makes. On the different cards, he uses different images, and it's pretty much random. You never know what you're gonna find. A thing that he likes is that if you get a different figure with a different head or a different release, that you get a completely different card. We also have a pretty cool homie of mine, and that is New York's Backyard Legend. He does have his own channel here on YouTube, and he actually shows off his binder, and he made me laugh because he gets really happy when he gets a new card, and he's really happy to slide it into his binder, especially when it's a card that he really enjoys, such as the Wally West Flash card. He was really happy to see that one and slip it into his binder. But these are just examples of that. There's not always going to be one side of a coin. You're always going to have the opposite ends. And then you have people like me in the middle who, they're fine. I'm not actively collecting them, but I do not throw them away. Like some people say, I do keep them. And I know sometime in the future, I will find a use for them. Now, I pretty much think that one day I might be able to display all of my figures with their accessories around them, and then maybe like the card on the back, part of where there's, their little cube, and then I'll have their card displayed somewhere. And we've actually been getting these from the very first wave. Like if you look at Superman, he came with a flight stand, he came with extra hands, he came with his card, and they were really thick cards at that time. And recently, now they've gotten a little bit thinner, and of course McFarlane's begun to use different images. Now, first off, they started using the source material, and that is, I'd say that has to be about 60-70% of everybody's favorite is the source material. They do make some pretty cool choices, and you actually never know when the source material cards will pop up. Now, they do a lot of mistakes. Like the one that I really remember is the Jokerized version of Nightwing. Now, they could have easily used that cool comic book source material image, but they just went with giving you the regular red suited Nightwing as the card, which was really like a head scratcher. You had the image there, you had something that would look really cool the way McFarlane says he likes things to look, and they just didn't do it. Some of my favorites, like the Flashpoint, were actually the source material. The Bat Raptor got its own card. So, when they use the comic source material, it's really beautiful because you get to see like images of what the figure is actually based on. But like I said, it is all over the place because then they started using figure images, like they had someone posing them and doing figure photography, which actually some were really, really nice. Like you had a cool one of the Hot Pursuit Flash, and that one was okay, for what it was. You have other ones like the Lex Luthor and the Lobo that were really nice. But then you have some duds like the King Shazam. That one was pretty non-memorable. And then they started doing actually figure renderings recently, where they take the figure, but they kind of It's just really a computerized image, and that way they can enhance like the eyes and different things like that. Like the Dark Detective one looks really good. If you check out the back of the box, it shows like a fuller image. But some people do not like these because they say that it's like a false advertisement of what the figure actually looks like. But I take it more as if you get your figure and light it right and add effects. I mean, you could make it look like that. You know what you're actually getting because it has a window box and you could see the toy. So it's just, a little bit of fun artwork to add to the figure. And then you also have the movie figures. Now, the movie figures are the same thing. They're all over the place because sometimes they use images from the actual films or the actors, and sometimes they use images, from the figure. So one of the last ones we received was actually the Battinson one, and that one was pretty sweet because it looks so much like the movie shot, but it's actually the figure. So that's pretty interesting. But I mean, that's kind of what's fun about this is that the cards are all different interpretations of the characters. Another thing that Vaughton showed me was the artist proof ones are really cool because the cards have like if they were still under designed and they just look really awesome. I mean, to see them like all together, it's really something that people could see and actually like strive for, like to have a full page of all the artist proof cards. It's just really interesting. And then of course you have the foil versions, which come with a lot of variants, or in the 2-packs. I know that the 2-pack from Nightwing and Red Hood were foil, and so were the ones from the Red Death and Wally West Flash were also foil. But then you have some random ones, like the Detective 1000 comics that was actually blue with the oval emblem on the chest. It was actually a foil card. So that's what kind of gets me mad about McFarlane is that I wouldn't mind the cards or anything, or I would enjoy them more, but if they kind of stuck to one thing, like they're just jumping around so much. I mean, now everybody's used to it. These are all different, versions of cards and different characters. Like in the Endless Winter Wave, it's pretty cool because we saw the Wonder Woman card, and that kind of gave us a little hint of what could be because she has a different head and then she has a shield in that picture. But of course, the figure that we have didn't have those things, so that gives us a glimpse of maybe what could be. But then all of a sudden, the Jon Stewart figure had a comic source material card, so that like just came out of the blue, and that's just really what I think. I think that I don't mind the cards. I'm always going to hold on to them, but I do think that they should kind of stick to one thing. It's just like people who collect. Some people collect the cards, some people don't, and you can't put down anybody for collecting what they enjoy and what's making them happy. And honestly, this whole thing that I, had to look up the cards and talk to my friends and stuff have really made me decide that I'm going to get a binder and I'm going to stick all of my cards in there. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But keep hunting out there, keep collecting, keep customizing, and I will see you on the next one.